Well, if you like walking in to a beautifully modern, sexy space with gorgeous furniture, really warm staff, delicious cuisine, memorable cocktails, guess where you've arrived? Solaz, a luxury collection in Los Cabos, Mexico. And we are lucky to have today Miss Lourdes from the property. You're down in Cabo and we are jealous. How are you doing, Lourdes?
Hi, Renee. Thank you. Very good on you. It's a very nice introduction. Thank you so much. Now it makes me want to come to the hotel.
We're coming. We are coming in 2021. We started Wedaways, Getaways, virtual fams, because we had to, unfortunately, in 2020, cancel a lot of in-person fam trips to various destinations in the world. So we are very happy to bring to our audience wonderful walkthroughs of beautiful property partners around the world. And Mexico, being our neighbor from Southern California, we're always happy to go back to Mexico. We can never get enough of it. We would have had JW Marriott Cancun on the webinar, but the region was hit with a Category 4 hurricane today. And JW and its many wonderful colleague properties in the region had to evacuate. So we are thinking about them and know that they will come back and present soon, but we just send all of our well wishes to them for this period of time. For those of you that aren't completely familiar with Wedaways, we are a dual-sided marketplace. Wedaways.com is a search engine featuring luxury properties around the world that cater to the wedding and honeymoon markets. And our Virtuoso affiliated travel agency, led by my business partner and daughter, Pamela, leads the team and books venue searches, room blocks, ground transfers, all kinds of wonderful pre and post excursions, and the most fabulous honeymoons you can ever imagine. So definitely reach out to us either at Pamela@wedaways.com or hello@wedaways.com, and we will be happy to help you. So let's get ourselves right back to Los Cabos and see our dear friend Lourdes. We are very anxious to see the property because it is gorgeous. Show us what you got.
Thank you, Renee, and welcome everybody. Hope you come very, very soon to Los Cabos. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the destination in general and about the property. So I'm gonna share my screen now. So there you go. So what's Solaz? So Solaz was open on September 2018. And we are located in the middle of the tourist corridor. So for those of you that are familiar with the destination, we are 25 minutes away from the airport, 15 minutes away from one town and the other. So, you know, we have a little bit of everything in both towns. One is very family style and the other one is much more like the extroverted brother. It's much more like the nightlife and all the touristic area, right? So as I mentioned, we are just in the middle. We are right in between of Gran Vela and Ventanas Hotel. So for you to get familiar with where we are. So I wanted to open with this picture to explain you a little bit about Solaz and the entities we have, because it seems a little bit big, but I'm gonna explain. So the buildings that you see at your right, those are residences. We have 21 residences, 3-bedroom each. So they are marvelous. They are private owned, but they have, we can rent them as well. So they are just perfect for families and they are amazing. Then we have the hotel, and which is just in the middle. We have 128 rooms. So it's pretty small hotel, very, very nice. And this is under luxury collection. So this is what we are talking about. And then the other building that you see at your left, those are named Signature Suite, Solaz Signature Suite, which is part of Solaz. It's a vacation club. So we don't work directly with them, and that's not part of luxury collection. Okay, so
thank you.
Thank you. So now I'm gonna go into luxury collection. So I know a lot of you are familiar with the brand. For those who are not familiar, I'm gonna tell you, Solaz luxury collection is all about storytelling, getting the people immersed into the destination, really feel the vibe of the place where you are staying at. So we like to call us the destination authority. So every single resort that or hotel that is luxury collection has to have something very specific. In Europe, for example, we have palaces, or we have like very characteristic buildings, right? Or very historic buildings. Here, as we were a new property, of course, we are not the exception, but we focus on three things. So what were those three things? Well, to begin with, we have our art collection, which is made by Cesar Lopez Negrete. He's a Mexican artist, and he actually traveled for those 2 years around Baja California to get inspired to do all his art. So quite a job.
Yeah.
Then we have the landscaping, which we have over 150 endemic plants throughout the resort. So we actually have a small tour where we explain everything about the plants, the different plants, where do they bloom, when, and different things, right? So of course we don't have palm trees here because there's no palm trees on the desert.
Why is it whenever we think of an oasis in the desert, they always have palm trees? It's so
exactly, yeah. But well, you can see the palm trees outside of Solaz. Here, as soon as you arrive, actually, we have some cactus of 600 years age. So they are just gorgeous. They are amazing. Yeah, you don't want to mess with those 600 cactus.
No way.
Yeah, so they're very, very beautiful. And then the third thing that really defines this property is the architecture. So this is made by Sordo Madaleno, which is an award-winning house in Mexico. And we actually, or they actually have won a lot of prizes because of this resort. So of course, this is the baby, and everybody loves Solaz right now. So of course, also the hotel is very Instagrammable. Everybody loves to take pictures here. So that's another fact about the hotel. So talking about indigenous things, we are one of the only hotels that has Gabinete del Barco. This is a private exhibition of the Baja history. So we just divide in 5 sections and we tell all the history. So this is just a plus about the property. Then what do we have on Solaz? What can you find in Solaz? This hotel, as I was mentioning, is 128 rooms, so pretty small. We have the pools are 400 lineal meters of pools, so you won't get bored of pools. You will have pools enough for you. And also, like, 3 things that really defines this hotel, that really makes us different, is one, that we have swimmable beach. So, it's very hard to find in Cabo. This is a super plus. Then we have our own desalination plant and water treatment. So that's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah. And as I mentioned before, we are located in the middle of the tourist corridor. So just about like 25 minutes from the airport. Okay. So look how beautiful the Solaz is. I just love to watch these pictures. As you can see, we have a lot of open spaces, very dramatic views, very sexy ambience, very nice. So a lot of water, a lot of desert feeling, right? So as I was mentioning, we have the residences and the hotel and signature suites. So in the picture of our left, below, you'll see the main building of the hotel, and then below there's the galleries. So those are different kind of rooms. It's just divided in 2. The main building have much more like an open view of the ocean view, and then on the galleries, the difference is that they have a plunge pool and a secluded patio at the beginning. Okay. So we have a lot of options for food and beverage. For those of you that are like me, that we are foodies, we have a lot of options. And we have from Mexican to Italian to Japanese. So there's a little bit for every taste. and 7 restaurants in total. And they are all very Baja style, very open, just by the ocean or with ocean view. So you don't forget that you're in Cabo, right? So as I was mentioning, we have a lot of categories, but well, you can talk with your Wedaways agent so they can give you more details with this. But well, this is the kind of view that you would have on the main building. And this is the kind of view or the kind of room that you will have on the plunge pool, right?
This is the famous wall where clients love to come through. Brides and grooms make a very dramatic entrance. Brides and brides, grooms and grooms, brides and grooms, whatever the combination. And they come through this very dramatic wall with the oceanscape behind. And the beaches in Cabo are not private, but because of the property to the north and the property to the south, they have such sort of like invisible borders because of the way they run their businesses and the way Solaz is positioned. The beaches seem very private. So you can have a ceremony on the beach for 10 people, and then you can have a ceremony on the beach for 150 people, and you really don't get interrupted. It feels like it's your own space. And then as you can see, this beautiful couple. And there are different kinds of setups. Solaz has a preferred vendor list, which they're very happy to share. And for planners that are going down to the region that are not bringing all their vendors, they have a great vendors that they can recommend, which we also recommend. So all of us know the vendors already, so that's no problem. You can get anything you need. There are different variations for setups. There are 7 restaurants on the property. And from those various restaurants, there are places that can be set aside and booked privately for smaller groups, as well as plenty of terrace space for groups of many sizes. Another beach ceremony setup, obviously, one of the pictures that Lourdes already showed us. This is a very wonderful picture that everybody loves. Here are the famous cactuses. And this is sort of an example. It's an early evening shot, I believe. But honestly, the beach, unless the hotel is occupied, the beach very much looks like that, unless there's an event on the sand, because it's very private, even though it's not considered private. These buildings are the residences. There are the 3-bedroom suites in the residences that often one of the bridal party families will take at least one of these in one of these buildings, because then they have lots and lots and lots of space, and it's all very close. The actual resort looks so expansive, but when you're actually, the way it's structured, it feels kind of cozy, strangely enough. From the pictures, you wouldn't necessarily get that. Then, of course, the infinity pools. This is a famous photograph that couples love to take because it's such a dramatic look. And especially for those clients that really love the modern feel, this is a great property for that. Not a lot of properties in Cabo have that. There are a few that we work with that have that very modern vibe. But as Lourdes said, this is an award-winning property. Of course, different wedding setups with benches on the beach and chairs on the beach. Of course, this is the dramatic men in black, except they're all in different colored suits coming through that famous wall. And just a few other options. The furniture rental companies in Cabo, say that fast, are fantastic. They have incredible variations and varieties of options and colors and just all kinds of great things to fall in love with. And again, as I said, small weddings to large weddings, the property certainly can accommodate. The food is fantastic. We are going to be visiting them again in 2021 on one of our FAMs. We work with several luxury collection properties. We have 2 in the Yucatan Peninsula. We're still waiting for them to do a webinar with us, the Hacienda Temozon and Hacienda Guayaman. And you will see Hacienda Temozon in the upcoming issue of Design Destinations magazine. That is coming out in a couple of weeks, and Buchhalter Group and Wedaways have gone into a partnership on that first inaugural special wedding edition, and we will be featuring 10 beautiful Wedaways properties in that edition. We'll make sure, if you let us know you'd like a copy, we will be happy to send one to you. Again, some of the restaurants, 7 restaurants on property. Room blocks here are wonderful. We are able to get wonderful rates, which of course we'll be delighted to let you know about. And I guess Lourdes couldn't make it back on the call, so I'm gonna wrap it up. We will have some more wonderful Wedaways, Getaways webinars coming up in the coming weeks. Toward the end of October into November, we are taking a hiatus. My business partner and daughter, Pamela, will be having her first baby. So we are going to be welcoming another wonderful addition to our family. We're going to take a little break. If you have any questions at all, please send us emails. We'd love to be able to help you. Room blocks, as you know, are our specialty, and those honeymoons are unforgettable. So everyone take care, from our family to yours. We look forward to seeing you again, and we're really happy that you decided to come on today. Take care, and we shall see you soon.